Hey, it is Lindsay Ray. Ugh, that left a bad taste in my mouth. This is my first time filming anything for YouTube, so prepare for it to be bad. But basically today, we will be talking about my time with the Walt Disney Company. Oh yes. It's, spoiler alert, it's not great. It wasn't great, and probably all because of who I am as a person. So just be ready for that. We are sitting in front of Stuffy Mountain, so please enjoy the background. Get a drink, get a snack, and let's shit talk, baby. I started working for Disney during the Disney College program, and so I was originally at Toy Story Midway Mania. Let's see if I have some proof of that. See, I worked there. It was fine. It was okay. It was in 2016, no, it was in 2015 that I worked there originally. And so I gave away most of my shifts. I didn't like working at Toy Story Midway Mania because it was terrible. It is the most, or it was the most popular ride, game, etc. in Hollywood studios. So it was busy 24/7. It was really fast paced, and that's fine for a lot of people. It's just not for me personally. And also, there was this cast member who would just yell at you all the time because they wanted to be a coordinator, but they weren't a coordinator. So it was bad. Anyway, I did get to pull down John Stamos's lap bar. So that was fun. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. Whatever. But what we're here to talk about today is the fact that I had a mental breakdown on stage in Epcot and they wouldn't let me leave, and that set in motion the chain of events that eventually got me this little guy, and also almost kicked out of the park. Let's dive in. So I worked in Epcot from 2017 to 2018, again during the Disney College program, so you could say that I wasn't a real cast member if you want to, whatever. No hate. I was just a stupid college student. I worked there after I graduated, so I was technically a full adult working at Disney. And I was happy at Epcot. I worked in American Adventure. I was a merchandise cast member, which is, I don't want to say it's the easiest cast member position. I think it's the most fun. I think it's the most chill, because it's really not that stressful unless it's a holiday. So it's great. I liked it. It was fun for a little bit. And then I started having like personal problems. And this is my first real YouTube video, so no one knows me very well. But I have clinical depression, bad anxiety, I have CPTSD. I have this list of medical issues, mental emotional issues. So trying to hold down a job at Disney and struggling with these medical issues that I had not yet been diagnosed with and I wasn't on medication for, it was kind of hard. It wasn't the best, right? So I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to make the best of it. I'm spending days in the parks. I'm buying stuff. I am using that cast member discount like you would not believe. I have tons of shit. I have so much Disney stuff. It is kind of disgusting. I don't want to be a Disney adult. It's just kind of how it's happened. And I also don't want this to come off as me being a Disney hater, because I'm not, even though I probably should be. Just in general, we should probably all be Disney haters, but Disney is such a big part of our childhoods, and it's such a big part of my adult life since I worked there, and it kind of shaped who I am and like what I do now. So I am not a Disney hater. I have a plan to go to Disneyland in a couple of months. Like, everybody be chill. I'm working at American Adventure in Epcot. I am dressed like a flight attendant mixed with a missionary. I'm wearing a calf-link blue navy skirt, a striped shirt, a little tie. It is a bad outfit. Dressed like that, living my life, pin trading with kids, giving out free pins. Don't tell anybody. I'm living my life, you know, and I start having some issues. I start having some problems keeping it together. I start kind of having depressive episodes outside of work. It's really bad. So one day I get there and I'm just having a horrible time. I've already decided that I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit the Disney college program. I've told them I put my 2 weeks in. So I have 2 weeks left, right? I am trying to get some days off to hang out with my family in the parks, to really enjoy those last days. I am trying to hold it together. I'm trying to be a person. And this day, for whatever reason, was just awful. So I'm already borderline tears. And I give my days off that I want to one of the coordinators to give to like the manager. And the manager gets mad at me, even though they had already promised that they could do the days off, that it wouldn't be an issue. They get mad at me for asking for days off, right? So they tell me that I'm not gonna have any days off. I'm just gonna work. So don't do that. Immediately, I burst into tears. Definitely an overreaction. Again, it is not the manager's fault necessarily that they couldn't do that for me. I am just not in the mental state to be able to handle it, right? So I immediately start sobbing on stage. It's really bad. I excuse myself, I go backstage, I hang out, cry, try to get it together, come back on stage, start crying again. Now, we are overbooked that day. We had too many workers. The rotations were coming through really quickly, and there was just no reason to have a blubbering idiot on stage for everyone to see, right? So I asked to be ER'd that day. I asked to be early released that day to see if they can do it, and the coordinator says they can do it, right? And they go and they ask the manager, who has already kind of fucked me over, whatever, and they won't let me ER. They will not let me leave, even though I am uncontrollably crying at the kids station in American Adventure. And it's just, the optics are not great. It just wasn't a good look for anybody. But I was stuck there. So that's when I started formulating my plan for how to get out of Disney World while making it the most inconvenient way possible for everyone around me. Which I don't suggest, by the way. I am not sitting here like, oh, I really showed them. No, I'm sure that it was a bad look. That's why I can't work there again, all right? I have burned so many Disney bridges. I cannot work there again because of how I quit. So here's the story of that. So I decide right then and there, crying on stage, I don't want to work here for another fucking 2 weeks. I'm done, frankly. I'm over it. So I call my parents and I tell them what's going on. Again, I'm in the college program, so my parents are still very much involved in everything. I'm living on Disney property in Disney housing. So I get my parents to come down a week and a half earlier than they were going to move me out. I tell all my roommates that I'm moving out. It's totally fine. I get all my stuff together. I move out in one day, a week and a half earlier than I was supposed to leave, right? I tell the front desk that I have already quit Disney, and I've given them my 2 weeks. They know that I'm leaving soon. And I'm just gonna ride out the rest of my work days with my parents in their hotel. I tell them that they don't need to call my location because they already know. They already know that I'm leaving. So Disney housing lets me move out without telling my people at my job that I've moved out of Disney housing. So we're off to a great start. I tell everyone that I work with on the ground floor that today is my last day, when in actuality, I have about a week and a half left of scheduled work days. Whatever. So I am working in Epcot, American Adventure, during certain festivals. I'm pretty sure it was during Festival of the Arts, I think. Maybe it was Flower and Garden, but I think it was Festival of the Arts. That I had to work at the Precious Moments booth basically. I'm pretty sure it's Precious Moments. It's the little dolls. It's the dolls that come into Epcot that you can buy, and they're all Disney themed, and they're kind of ugly, but in like a cute way. And I tell these ladies, I've worked with them a bunch. They like me, I like them, even though they were Republicans. But we got along, and I told them today was my last day. And I was like, yep, today's my last day. I'm pretty sad about it. I wasn't sad at all. I was totally lying, but I told them today was my last day. And they were like, oh, well, that's too bad. We've really liked working with you. So today's your last day. And then they kind of asked me, they were like, so what's your favorite doll here? They asked me what my favorite doll was. I said Jafar. They laughed in my face. The worst selling doll. Time ticks on. I keep working at the Precious Moments booth, and everything is going really well. I'm very smug because I know that I'm never going to come back to this place again. At the end of my shift, they bring me a box, and I'm like, hey guys, what's this? And they tell me, these nice ladies tell me, no, we want you to have him. Guys, lying pays off so well. So I get my pride and joy, my little Jafar doll, for free. For free. All because I chose to quit Disney like a month before I was supposed to quit Disney. I get him for free, and I love him so much. Look at him. Look at his face. He has a ponytail. It's so cute. I love him so much. So yeah, I decided to fuck over the Walt Disney Company in the best way that I could do at the time. And out of it, I got a free like $60 doll. So I, that night, took my doll home. Everything's great. I'm scheduled to work the next day. So the next day comes. I don't work until 2 p.m., right? So in the morning, I take my parents and use our free park hoppers, and I get us into Magic Kingdom. We are in Magic Kingdom, chilling, having a good time. 1 p.m. rolls around, pick up my phone, I'm on the People Mover, and I call my manager at American Adventure, and I say, hey, it's Lindsay. Yeah, I just want to say that I am actually not coming in today or ever again. So I don't know what you want to do about that, but I will not be seeing you ever again. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's a way to be. And they keep like trying to call me back, and I answered a couple of times. They were like, hey, you need to bring in your like blue ID, you need to like make sure your costume is in. And jokes on them, I've already turned in my costume. And also another joke on them, I am never turning in my blue ID, because that's my favorite. Well, not my favorite, because Jafar is my favorite, but that's one of my other favorite memorabilia that I have from the park is my blue ID. So I kept that, and they were like, well, we'll charge you like $80 if you keep it, so you know, turn it in. They never charged me that I know of. They never charged me at all. They had no idea that I kept that. So liars. They keep calling me and I don't answer because I have realized, oh, they probably know that I'm in the park right now. And they probably don't want me to be in the park anymore. And that was only confirmed when I tried to buy something and my cast member ID had been deactivated. It's what I deserve. I, again, am not telling this story to be like the Robin Hood of Disney World. I was shitty. I did the wrong thing unequivocally. But I got so many good things out of it. So who's to say? My parents and I, we chill at the park and we leave and everything was copacetic. Everything was fine. I didn't get thrown out of Magic Kingdom. I think I almost did. I think that I almost got thrown out, but I didn't. And everyone texted me from my old job and they were like, we heard you got taken out of Magic Kingdom. We heard you got escorted out. I didn't. what were they gonna do? They couldn't do anything. I'm sorry. I used my tickets fair and square and got in, and then just quit. It was whatever. So that is the chaotic and maybe boring but interesting to me story of how I left Disney World in just a wake of burned bridges and why I can never go back to work there ever again. I don't know, if you've worked for Disney and you had a great experience, comment that below. I kind of want to hear them. If you worked for Disney and you had a bad experience, comment that below, because I also want to hear that. It makes me feel less alone. Disney World is a very magical place. They have fucked up priorities though. They do not pay their workers well. They try to stop them from unionizing, and they don't support the unions there. So that is all I'm going to say about that. Overall, I still love Disney. I still love my Jafar doll. I'm wearing the ears, the cornflower blue ears. You know, it is what it is. That's how I quit Disney. So if you find me annoying, smash that like button. If you find me absolutely unbearably annoying, smash that subscribe button. Have a great day. And tell me, you know, are you going to Disney? Like, what's Disneyland like? Tell me what Disneyland is like, because I have no concept. I know that it's like kind of smaller than Disney World, but other than that, I am going in blind. Bye!